Good morning, Spuds Country. It is exactly 8:03 a.m., and I'm already working on my second 40 ounces of coffee. Welcome to the North Rink at the Moorhead Sports Center. Your Spuds today are set to take on the Elk River Elks in game number 2 this weekend, the last game of the weekend. Spuds are definitely going to get some much-needed rest for the rest of the day and all day tomorrow. Elk River gathers around their bench. Spuds gather around their net. Both teams' warm-ups are complete. Fans are finally starting to show up. We thought we were going to be the only ones here. Not sure what we're up to. They just opened the ZAM doors. Apparently, we're going to grab a different net. Yeah, they're going to grab a different net here for some reason. Apparently, the ref didn't like the one that was in there. Oh, nope, they don't like either one of them, so the refs are tossing the nets right off the get-go this morning. I've seen players tossed. I've seen coaches toss. This is the first time I've seen the nets tossed. Not sure why. That's just kind of funny this morning. So it looks like after much indecision and discussion, they have picked at least one net. So we have the net for the west end. Look, we now have the net for the east end as well. Starting at goal for Moorhead will be number 33, Addie Andel. Back on the blue line will be number 5, Isabel Oaks. Number 18, Kinsey Johnson. Up front. Or not Oaks. That's number 5, Ava Dufault. This netting kind of screws with me as much as does you. It's hard to see missing numbers or get numbers confused. Anyhow, up front, number 3, Molly Hockett. Number 7, Lauren Ness centering it up. Caitlin Shirley, puck is down. We are underway. All the way down into the Elk zone right from the get-go. Mogren had to touch it over onto the near side boards. Kicked out through center. That one's going to go all the way down into the Moorhead end. Johnson will pick it up back behind her own net. She has it stripped off her stick right behind the net by Brunel from the Elks. Brunel tries to send it up to the point. Spuds are there to intercept. It's going to go right out to center. Down into the Elk zone. Far side now held into the blue line by Shirley. Down into the corner, sends it back up to Oaks, far side. Oaks turns it in behind the net. Over onto the near side wall now. Cutter sends it back behind the net. It's picked up back there by Ryland Curtis from Elk River. Round into the near side corner now. Up along the half wall. Retzer sends it back down into the corner. Tribon tries to dig it out. Cutter was there to send it back. Out in front, shot by Tibetowski. Puts the Spuds on the board first with 15:40 left here in the first. Centering pass out front to Tibetowski puts the Spuds up 1-0. Face-off is won and controlled by the Spuds. Oaks just inside of her own zone. Tries to push it ahead to Strand. Strand gets pushed over. Puck goes back down into the Moorhead zone where it's stolen away by Oaks. Oaks has it knocked off her stick right as she exits her own zone. It's played at the blue line. Swenson gets it over to Strand on the far side. Strand tries to get it into the zone. She gets her skates pulled out from underneath of her. Now Steen, near side, dumps it in. Swenson is there to hold it in as Tribon tried to turn it out to center. Near side now. Beatty. Beatty ahead. And up the near side wall of the Moorhead zone. Back down into the spot or into the Elk River zone. Shirley takes it. Throws it off the side of the cage. It was turned away Mogren. Back onto the near side boards, kicked out to center. Hendrickson fights for it. She'll bump it back into the Elk River defensive zone. It'll end up going all the way over onto the far side boards. Ness now, far side. Down to Hockett, down low. Hockett tried for the redirect, but it was covered up by McKenna Mogren, the Elk River goalminder. Face-off far side will be Caitlin Shirley and number 16, Ryland Curtis from the Elks. Sent over on the near side board. Johnson turns it back in behind the net to Hockett. Hockett out front to Shirley. Shirley shot, covered up Mogren. That'll put us at 14:09 left in the first. Face-off far side once again. Get kicked over to the far side wall. Down in behind the net, Johnson. Hockett couldn't get a stick on it. It'll come all the way around onto the near side board. Elk River is able to turn it out to center. Hendrickson. Shirley. Shirley brings it in near side. Looks for the shot. Looks to set it across to Ness. Ness can't get the shot away. Knocked down. And Curtis takes it along the far side wall and tries to turn it out to center. Oaks was there to hold it. Curtis now. Far side sends it out through center and all the way down into the Moorhead zone. Retzer is able to play it before it crosses the goal line. Intercepted far side shot. Goes high over the net and back off the back glass. Lee now is able to kick it out to center at the near side. All the way down into the Moorhead zone, or into the Elk zone. Tribon picks it up behind her own net. Bouncing puck, loose in the slot, turned over to the far side wall, McMillan. Handled over there by Oaks. Oaks up to Tibetowski. Tibetowski tries for the shot, redirected back behind the net. Elks try to clear, held into the point by Retzer. Down into the near side corner, now Lee has it. Retzer steps in to help. Lee, Roth, Retzer. Elks are able to clear it out to center. Oaks controls, drops it back to Retzer, just inside of her own zone. Retzer tries to chip it ahead. Roth was there to intercept. She'll send it all the way down into the Moorhead end on the sling around the net and end up on the far side wall. Driven back behind the net, Curtis. Curtis brings it around, looks for the wraparound, sends it out front. Puck is loose in the slot. It'll finally be cleared out to center by Cutter. Hillier now near side, carries it back into the Moorhead end. She's going to take the shot. Glove save, Andel. It's going to come back to Curtis on the near side. Turned all the way around into the far side corner. Beatty tries to center it up. It ends up in traffic. Turned out to the point. Shot, save, Andel. Spuds are able to clear it over to the near side boards. 11:25. Swenson comes away with it at the blue line. She sends it ahead to Strand, far side. Strand, shot. Goes just wide of the net. Picked up near side. Now Curtis. Hillier back behind her own net. Swenson now near side. Tries to stop it. It's cleared out to Brunel at center ice. Far side now Steen. She tries to chip it into the zone. Right onto the stick of Hillier, who sent it right back out to center. Spuds need to definitely get reorganized. It's just pure chaos going on right now. Roth. Up to Ellis. Ellens. Stolen away Shirley. Shirley down the near side board. She's got Ness, 1-1. Over to Hockett. Hockett backhand shot. Goes just wide of the net. Centering pass from behind. Nobody is there to catch it. Retzer hold it in on the near side blue line. Down into the corner. Ness tries to bring it back out front. Elks are there to set it behind the net and back out to center. Retzer now near side, just inside of her own zone. Tries to turn it ahead to Hockett. Ellens was there to stop it. Ellens over to Martz. Shot from the near side. Marty. Looks like I can't even read my own writing. Marty, not Marty. Martins. Marty. E. There we go. Martai. So we'll have a face-off to the stick side of Andel between Caitlin Shirley and I believe it was number 16, Ryland Curtis. Out to center, Spuds. Shirley dumps it in as Hockett crossed the blue line. It ends up going down into the near side corner. Held up back behind the net. Hockett now. The Elks are able to clear it out near side. Hendrickson. Up and off the glass, back into the Elks zone. Hockett shot, save, Mogren. Puck ends up down at the far side corner. Elks are able to clear it out once again. Hendrickson has to go pick it up inside of her own zone on the far side. She's going to take a trip behind their own net as she's got one of the Elks skaters right in her pocket. Hockett cross ice is intercepted by McMillan. Hendrickson has to retreat behind her own net. Down in the near side corner, Cutter. Cutter flips it up high and into the air. He picked up Ellens and then pushed into the Spud zone. Bounced back out to center. Spuds end up offside. Face off Cutter and Ava Ellens. Off the near side boards and back out to center. Oaks. Okay, the refs need to start getting this game underhand. It's getting really pushy and chippy. And we're not even through the first. 8:15. Going back the other direction, Marty tries to flip it up into the air. It was redirected, landed just inside the Moorhead zone now. Steen with it. Steen takes it down the near side boards, off the wall, down into the into the near side corner. She'll pick it up back behind the net. She's down there by herself, sends it up to Swenson. Swenson's shot blocked out in front by Brunel. Elks now far side, Brunel. Drops it back to Trippin. Elks try to hold Swenson, backhanded it, but it was picked up Hillier. Will end up all the way down in the Moorhead end behind the net. Far side corner now. Swenson tries to clear it. It's going to slide out to center. Swenson's got it now hard and fast down the far side. She looks for the backhand right out in front. Shot, save, Mogren. Swenson was able to run it down the far side boards. Actually outran Adeline Tribun from Elk River. Face off now near side. It's getting kicked over to Retzer on the near side boards. Retzer sends it back behind the net to Ness. Ness tries to get a handle on it. Out front, Shirley, shot, save Mogren. We'll have 6:58 left here in the first. Face off near side now. Is going to sit right on the face off dot. Ness actually had to come over and knock it into the corner. Wraparound shot, turned away Mogren. Puck ends up back behind the net. Shirley shot, backhand goal. There it is, 2-0 Spuds lead. Shirley with the wraparound back door makes this game 2-0 Spuds. Ellens and Shirley to square up out at center. Beatty, Hillier, along the near side wall. Hendrickson, Pocket comes away with it. It gets pushed down into the Moorhead end. Johnson sends it over onto the near side wall. Johnson sends it behind the net over onto the far side. Shot put on Ando. I actually missed the shot, but it came in from the far side blue line. Face off now, Cutter and Ellens. Another shot from the far side blue line. That one's going to get knocked down in traffic. Puck comes over onto the near side wall. Out front shot. Blocked away by Johnson. Far side blue line shot goes high and into the air, right into the glove of Ando. She'll grab it, hold on to it. We'll get the stoppage for 6:06. Spuds are wearing their home orange with the black and white trim. Elk River looks to be also wearing their home jerseys. They're wearing the white with the black and red trim. Spuds are skating left to right on your radio dial. Backhand shot goes back behind the net. Side angle shot goes off the side of the cage. Spuds come away with it. Lee out now through center. Tries to break it in, and right as she crosses the blue line, she knocks off her stick. Hillier chases it down into the far side corner. Puck back behind the net now. Turned out front to Lee. It comes up to Retzer at the point. Retzer tries to backhand it down in. It's going to end up getting redirected over on the near side wall where Cutter will pick it up. Cutter down into the corner. Has it stripped. Far side wall now. Oakes turns it back behind the net. Lee and McMillan both collide. Puck comes free and over into the near side corner. Elks look to clear. Steen was there to intercept. It's going to end up over on the far side wall. Lee, McMillan, Curtis, Steen. A whole lot of pushing and shoving. Spuds come away with it. Steen back behind the net, tries for the wraparound. That one got turned away by Mogren. Puck held up along the near side wall. Now it's going to slide out to center. Johnson with it right at the red line. Tries to flip it up off the wall. Beatty was there to send it cross ice. Strand now. Has it stolen away, Curtis. Curtis. Hendrickson. Carried into the far side of the Moorhead zone. Curtis, she gets a shot off. It goes wide onto the near side boards. Hillier now, near side. Tries for the shot. Hendrickson redirected it up into the air onto the far side wall. Centering pass, turned away Steen. Steen up to Strand, out to center. The Spuds are able to clear. Far side now. Johnson crosses Swenson. Swenson one on nobody. Comes down in, takes a shot that went about 3 inches high over the net. And off the back glass. Ellens now takes it back out through center, down into the Spud zone near side. She's going to carry it all the way back behind the net, loses the edge, sends it up to the blue line. Slap shot from the far side will get swallowed up by Andel. We'll have 3 minutes, 39 seconds left in this game. Or in the first period. Thank you. I just need to get you the other headset. Face off far side, Shirley and Ellens. Ends up with Oaks down in the corner. She carries it behind the net, puts the brakes on, sends it over to Ness far side. Ness to Shirley. Shirley to Hockett. Hockett dumps it in. She's going to give chase into the near side corner. Centers it up over to Shirley. Backhand shot. Save Mogren. Puck ends up on the stick of Beatty, who turns it out to center. Ellens now near side. Stolen away Retzer. Right back over to Tribben, who dumps it in far side of the Moorhead zone. Oaks back behind her own net, off the wall, over to Ness. Ness tried to get it ahead to Shirley. It was intercepted. Shot, Andel save. Second shot. Spuds are going to the box on the delayed penalty. 2:50. And Shirley is going to be going to the box. So that will put Elk River on the first power play of the game, but with as much chipping and shoving as I've been seeing from them, I'm really surprised they weren't in the box first. Face off far side now between Ness and Curtis. Number 7, Lauren Ness. Number 16, Ryland Curtis from Elk River. Just trying to fill the void while they figure out how to put the time on the clock. I was just about to say there it is, because I was just about thinking I needed to start playing the Jeopardy theme song. Face off far side is controlled by the Spuds. Behind the net and up the near side wall. Spuds are able to clear it out. Pocket up to Ness. Ness and McMillan both chase it back in behind the Elk River net. Pocket now, far side corner, centering pass. Nobody there. Comes all the way out. Will be controlled at center by Brunel. Stolen away Hockett. Along the far side wall. Ahead Curtis. Curtis stolen away by Cutter. Curtis will end up getting it back. Curtis's pass is intercepted by Cutter. Cutter pushes it down and in. Cutter breakaway shot, the goal! Cutter was able to bounce it out in front of her. She gets the breakaway and the goal, putting the Spuds up 3-0. 2:04 shorthanded goal for the Spuds. Face-off Cutter and Ellens at center. Minute 15 left on the Spuds penalty kill. Hillier pushes it over on the near side wall and dumps it into the near side corner. Oaks goes around the net, picks it up far side. She'll fight, I believe it was Marty. Sent over on the near side, shot off the stick of Ellens. Went high, would have gone high and over the net, but it went right into the glove of Andel. She held on to it, so we'll have the stoppage and the face-off near side. Cutter and Ellens. Cutter wins the draw. Drops it in the near side corner. Retzer tries to throw it off the wall and ends up with Ellens along the near side blue line. She tries to send it cross ice, but it ends up out out at center, so the Elks have to reset. Retzer now with it back behind her own net. 38 seconds left on the power play. Ellen shot near side. She'll get her own rebound, send it across onto the far side wall, slap shot near side, goes back behind the net. Rebound was loose. Cutter, or not Cutter, but Andel tried to shove it back behind the net. Beatty was standing right there, tried for the wraparound, but got covered up by Andel. We'll have 24 seconds left on the Moorhead penalty kill. Face off far side will be Steen. Steen and Curtis over onto the far side boards. Swenson tries to pick it up. Curtis was able to get her stick on it first. Pushed out to center, Johnson. Now Swenson. Curtis stole it away. Elks turn it back down into the Moorhead zone. Roth near side now. 5 seconds left on the penalty kill. Far side corner now. Curtis tries to center it up. Turned away Swenson. Swenson off the wall, held in right at the near side blue line. Tribun. Out front shot covered up Andel. We'll have 37.8 seconds left in the period. Faceoff comes to the near side. Number 10, Brooklyn Steen. Number 18, Rylan Curtis. Set over on the near side board. Swenson is able to carry it out to center. McMillan. To Tribun. Back cross ice over to McMillan. Now controlled Curtis. Curtis Brunel. Swenson is there to knock it loose right at the blue line. Brunel is able to push it in. Spuds trying to get a handle on it. Swenson comes away with it. Swenson kicks it out to center. Strand and Curtis both chase after it far side. Curtis will send it over on the near side board. Swenson gives chase down the near side wall now. Curtis carries it back behind her own net. 2 seconds, 1. That's how the horn is going to sound the end of this period. Spuds are up 3-0. Ice was shoveled before we started, so we're going to take a really quick break, and we'll be back to start the second. You're watching Spuds Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. Welcome back to the Moorhead Sports Center, Moorhead, Minnesota. Addie Andel and your Moorhead Spuds currently lead the Elk River Elks 3-0 after one. Face-off out at center is going to be controlled by the Spuds. Oaks near side. Tries to send it ahead to Ness. It was picked up McMillan, thrown down into the Moorhead end. Retzer clears it back out to center. Shirley hard and fast near side. She holds the edge. She takes it down, takes a shot. That's the goal. 4-0 Spuds. (16:42). Caitlin Shirley with the breakaway goal makes this a 4-0 Moorhead game. Face off Curtis and Shirley. Drop back to Johnson, near side now. Johnson. Brunel collide. Puck goes down into the Moorhead end. Far side corner now. Curtis, Shirley, Hockett. Hockett's able to come away with it. Hockett off the wall, out through center. She's got a handle on it. Hockett, Shirley, 2-on-1. Hockett, I don't know if it was a shot or if she tried to send it over the far side corner. McMillan's going to come away with it. She sends it out to center. Dumped in back behind the Moorhead net. Shirley will pick it up back there now. Shirley 1-on-3. Shirley Ness 2-on-1 now. Shirley shot, save. Puck will end up going over onto the far side boards. Turned out to center and all the way down into the Moorhead end. That one had no chance of being played, so Italy had called back on icing. Face-off comes back down into the Elks zone. Glove side of Mogren. Cutter wins the draw up to Retzer. She tries to turn it down. Cutter will end up backhanding it into the slot. It slid all the way through. It'll be picked up near side Marty. Out to center. Marty steers around two. Dumps it in near side. But they ended up going in offside. So we'll have a face-off now near side, just outside the Moorhead zone. Ellens and Cutter. Ellens wins the draw. Oaks ends up with a cross ice over to Retzer, who turns it right back out to center. Spuds control. Delayed penalty coming up on Elk River. That'll put the Spuds on their first power play of the game. It's going to be number 10, Adeline Tribon, guilty of the trip out at neutral ice. So face-off goes back down into the Elks zone on the far side. This time it'll be Maddie Cutter and Ava Ellens to square off. Cutter wins the draw, sends it over onto the far side boards. Picked loose, Roth. She tries to clear it. It was held into the far side blue line. Retzer down low. Back up to Retzer. Retzer over to Oaks, near side. Oaks looks for the shot, takes a shot. Blocked out in front, Ellens. She'll take it back behind the net. Ellens has it knocked off her stick, but it ends up going to Beatty. Tibitowski's there on the far side to knock it free. Pushed down into the Elks zone, cleared right back out. Cutter now tries to dump it in. Oaks with it at center. To Tibitowski near side. Tibitowski gets pushed into the wall. Puck comes loose. Curtis, Lee, shot. Just wide of the net and back behind. It'll over on the far side wall. Cleared out to center. It's going to roll all the way into the Moorhead end. It'll be taken by the Elks. Two shots, rebound loose. Second shot, rebound loose, will be picked up by Swenson to Tibitowski. And we have a 2-on-2 going the other direction. And somebody's getting called for a penalty. Steen wasn't even in the play. I don't know what the call is. All right, well, we're going to have to pull out the game. We'll have to check into that one. Looks like I'm being told it was slashing, but I'm not 100% sure. So that negates the power, or actually that puts Elk River on the power play. Puck controlled by Elk River now. Ahead, Brunel near side. Brunel tries to center it up. Right out loose in front of Andel. They'll come up to the point. Swenson knocks it loose. Swenson far side, tries to center it up or send across. Nobody was there. She was all alone. Brunel with it now near side. Up to McMillan at the blue line. Slap shot goes just wide of the net and back behind. Another shot from the near side now will get covered up by Andel. I guess we're 4-on-4 for another 2 seconds, so we'll just leave the power play on for now. As the Elks will actually have a minute 10 on the power play. Face off near side now, Shirley and Curtis. It's going to end up with Oaks. She'll send it around to the far side. Hockett now. Hockett has it broke off her stick. Shot from the far side goes wide and into the near side corner. Oaks and Curtis collide near side. Puck ends up with Retzer back behind the net. She sends it off the glass to Hockett. Hockett is able to clear it out. Shirley now with the breakaway shot. Save Mogren. Puck will be back behind the net. Hockett and Curtis fight for it. Or not Hockett. Shirley. Side of the cage. Curtis comes around with it. She'll bring it on the near side. Brunel now out at center. Brunel is going to get harassed by both Oaks and Retzer. Puck comes free and back behind the Spuds net. McMillan now shot near side right into the glove of Andel. We'll be down to 17 seconds left on the Moorhead penalty kill. 12:17 left in the period. Face off near side. Glove side of Andel. Cutter and Ellens to square up. Spuds win the draw. Johnson with it in the corner. Looks for the outlet. Tries to send it up. It ends up bouncing over both Ellens. Ness now down in. She can't get the shot away. She'll get steered over on the far side, but she takes a shot from there that goes off the side of the cage. It's now controlled by Beatty. Beatty over the near side, Marty. Marty backhands it into the Spud zone. Hendrickson will pick it up back behind the net. Hendrickson off the wall ahead to Cutter. Spuds back at full strength. Tibitowski and Hillier both give chase behind the Elks net. Loose puck out at center. Marty and Johnson both chase for it. Marty ends up getting her stick on it and is able to dump it in to the near side corner. Tibitowski down near side. Sends it right on to the side of the cage. About 6 inches to the right, there wouldn't have been an icing call. 11:15, second period. Face-off comes back down into the Moorhead end on the glove side of Andel. Curtis and Steen to square up this time. Steen turns it over on the near side wall. Curtis, Steen, puck rolls free behind the net. Retzer off the far side wall. Was held in at the blue line and turned right back down into Retzer in the corner. Once again, right down to Retzer in the corner. Centering pass. He's going to be turned away by the Spuds. Steen now. Near side, Curtis. Curtis Oaks back behind the net. Swenson goes down to retrieve at the corner. Curtis sends it over onto the side of the net. It'll get covered up by Andel, and we'll have the stoppage in play. .10:37, face-off stick side of Andel between Curtis and Shirley. Gets shoveled up to the far side blue line. Center to pass over to Ellens was intercepted, or over to Tribon, was intercepted by the Spuds. Ness drives it down in, tries to center it up, nobody home. It's taken the other direction by Brunel and the Elks. Kicked back down in near side, all the way across into the far side corner, comes up to Hendrickson at the blue line, who sent it back behind the net. Elks turned it out through center all the way down into the Moorhead zone. Hendrickson now to Hockett. Hockett tried to send it over to Ness. It was intercepted. Tribon. It's going to be dumped down into the Moorhead end, right onto Andel. She'll bump it off to the Hendrickson on the far side. Hendrickson ahead to Ness. Ness couldn't get a stick on it. It went all the way down into Tribon, who turned it right back into center. Spuds push it in, turned right back out Tribon. Far side now Shirley. Shirley down into the corner, hard angle shot, save made by Mogren. From the point now, Tibitowski. Tibitowski brings it over on the near side wall, sends it down to Hockett behind the net. Hockett tried to send it back out to Tibitowski. Tibitowski wasn't ready for it. Puck far side now. Out to Ellens at neutral ice. All the way down into the far side corner of the Moorhead end. Side angle shot, covered up Andel. We'll have a face-off on the far side of the Moorhead end. 8:52 to go, second period. 4-1 nothing. 4-1 nothing. 4-0 Moorhead lead. Face-off goes over to the far side. Centering pass. Nobody home. Oaks with it down in the corner now. Flipped up off the glass. Tibitowski out at center. Brings it into the slot. Has it knocked off her stick. Elks try to clear. Retzer came streaking in. Held it in at the point. Lee and Hillier both fight for it. Elks are able to clear it out on the far side. Stolen back at center ice. Now Lee far side. She pushes her way all the way down into the corner. Tries to center it up. It goes right onto the side of Mogren, who will cover it up. Face-off will go to the far side. Glove side of Mogren. Steen wins the draw. She sends it down into the corner where it's handled by Roth. Roth tries to send it up the far side wall. Curtis is there now to pick it up. Curtis out to center is harassed by Strand. Puck comes free. Strand, Steen, Curtis, Swenson now. Swenson steers around one. Got the breakaway. Gets picked up as she gets the backhand shot put on Mogren. Mogren will get the save, and we'll have the face-off on the near side. Steen and Curtis to square up. Puck ends up getting held up in a mass of skates. Carried behind the net, Roth. Johnson now far side, bounced out to center off the stick of McMillan. Spuds have to reset now, Steen. Steen, Strand, Swenson, 3-on-2. Puck is broke loose and goes down into the far side corner. Strand pushes it loose. Steen now. Up to Johnson. Johnson sends it down low behind the net. Turn back over into the far side corner. Tried to set ahead. Shirley was there to intercept. Carried it right into the slot. Takes the backhand on Mogren. Mogren will get the save, and we'll get the stoppage in play. Face off near side will be Shirley. We got Ellens got taken down by Shirley, then was trying to trip Shirley. And we're going to have a delayed penalty coming up on the Elks. Pocket now, back behind the net. Shirley shot off the side of the cage. Rebound is still loose. Will finally be touched up by the Elks, and we'll get the stoppage in play. And the Spuds will get the power play. Number 11, Ava Ellens, is the guilty party. I believe he was indicating high sticking. Face-off. Near side face-off circle gets kicked over to Retzer on the boards. Retzer tries to push it down in the corner. It comes right back to her, over to Oakes. Oakes has it knocked free, Marty. She's able to get it knocked off the stick of Beatty. But it ended up back down in the zone before the Spuds had cleared, so the Spuds will end up offside. Face off at neutral ice, far side. Right in front of the Spuds bench. Shirley wins the draw to Hendrickson, who dumps it into the near side corner. It's going to come all the way around onto the near side wall. Shirley will pick it up there. Tried to drop it off for Ness. Stolen away by the Elks. It'll end up with Johnson near side blue line, who sends it back down into the corner. Up and off the glass, out to center now, Triba. Picked up at center, Johnson. She drops it into Shirley. Shirley sends it ahead to Ness. Back up to Shirley. Shirley shot, save. Far side. Shirley, and I couldn't tell who it was, shot from the blue line. Hendrickson was kicked away, Mogren. Back behind the Elk River net, far side. Beatty, she gets pinched up against the wall. Hendrickson sends it back down low. Ness with it now, back behind the net. Ness turns, shoots. Save, Mogren. 49 seconds left on the Moorhead power play. 5:30 seconds to go in the period. Face off, stick side of Mogren will be number 16, and number 16, Curtis and the Cutter. Spuds control, Lee shot, blocked the traffic. Over to Oakes. Oakes shot, blocked in traffic now. Grinnell tries to carry it out to center. Spuds are able to hold it momentarily. Bounced out to Retzer at center. It's going to be carried back in by Lee. Kick, pushed back out to center. Ref said Spuds are end up offside. Cutter and Curtis far side now. Curtis back to Roth inside of her own zone. Roth sends it ahead right onto the stick of Oakes. Retzer lead. Out at center, Roth. All the way down into the Moorhead zone, Oakes near side. She'll get pinched up against the back wall by Roth. Puck comes loose. Retzer now far side. Or Cutter far side, tries to carry it out. Puck will be knocked loose. Tibitowski will have it now near side. Ahead to Lee. Lee tries to drop it back to Cutter. Ends up with Curtis, who sends it down deep into the Moorhead end. Far side wall now, Steen. Steen tries to chip it up into the air. It's going to be held in at the blue line by Marty. She'll throw it back onto the back wall. Oakes. Near side, she's able to clear it out. Tibitowski. Ellen Swenson down into the Elk zone. Tibitowski is there to break it loose. But Tibitowski is going to get called. I believe it's going to be for the trip. So we're going to actually just switch those around. Yep, that is the call. Tibitowski is going to the box for tripping. 4:24, 4-0 Moorhead lead. Faceoff comes back down into the Moorhead end between Steen and Ellens. Elks are going to control, hold it into the blue line. Steen is able to clear it. Far side now, Tribun. Tribun and Steen. Turn back out to center, Roth. Hendrickson now. Shot put right onto Mogren. She'll stop and stick it over into the far side corner. Held into the blue line, Hendrickson. Hendrickson's shot blocked down by Curtis. Swenson with it now. Cross over to Johnson. Johnson ahead to Shirley. Shirley bumps it ahead. Swenson couldn't quite get to it. It was turned the other direction. Back out to center by Roth. Tribun pushes it ahead into the Moorhead zone. Elks have to fight for it. Tribun comes away with it just on the neutral ice side of the out front shot. Shirley is able to turn it over to the far side wall. Strand now out to Shirley. Shirley can't get a stick on it. Marty comes away with the far side. It's going to enter the zone. She takes the shot, goes wide of the net and into the near side corner. Strand over there is able to, tries to pick it up. She almost got smashed by both Tribun and Curtis. Centering pass, shot, turned away, Andel. Back behind the net, Marty now. Shot, save, Andel. She didn't have it covered up, but the ref thought she did, so we'll get the stoppage in play with 2:56 left in the period and 32 seconds remaining on the Moorhead penalty kill. Faceoff comes back down into the Moorhead zone near side. Hockett and Curtis this time. Up to Tribun. Tribun shot, save, Andel. Puck will end up back behind the net. Retzer with it now, sends it along the far side wall. Shot from the far side blue line, blocked in traffic out in front of Andel. Handle Brunel near side now. Shot, well that one wasn't really shot. Off the stick of Tribun, it just ended up back behind the net. Far side now, Retzer kicks it out. It's going to go the length of the ice and end up sliding past Mogren. So that one will get called back on icing with 7 seconds left on the penalty kill. Faceoff comes back down into the Moorhead zone between Cutter and Curtis, 16 and 16. Spuds win the draw. Elks control the puck. Shot from the far side blue line. Blocked by Cutter. Puck ends up down in the far side corner. Push back down. Retzer. Power play over. Retzer takes it this time. She sends it right on to Mogren. That one definitely looked like it was going to touch her, but it went just a touch wide. So we'll once again have an icing call. 2:15 remaining third period. Face off far side, Cutter and Curtis. Shot far side. Knocked down in traffic. Puck loose in the slot before being cleared out by the Spuds. Kibitowski lead. 2-on-2, going the other direction. Now 2-on-3. Stripped as she crossed the blue line. Roth takes it the other direction. Oakes is there to knock it loose. Shot right out in front. Goes into the glove of Andel. Brunel was able to get the shot away. Minute 53 left, second period. Face-off will come to the near side now between Ellens and Steen. 10-11. Steen wins the draw, sends it over on the near side boards where it's picked up by the Elks. Down into the corner, Marty. Stolen away, Spuds. Up off the glass. Picked up by the Elks. Roth was there. She caught it, dropped it, smacked it. Ref said hand pass. So faceoff will come back out to neutral ice on the far side right in front of the Elks bench. I had a different angle on it, so I didn't see the hand pass. I saw it actually hit the ice and go off her stick. Ref was behind her. Johnson now near side. Out to center to Kibitowski. Back to Johnson. Johnson sends it in. Swenson chases it down into the far side corner, but the ref is going to say icing. So that one will head back down into the Moorhead end on the near side. Face off near side, Steen and Ellens. Steen wins the draw over into the near side corner. Johnson gets pinned up against the boards. Marty. Puck comes loose to Johnson. Johnson looks to go one way. Marty's standing there. Johnson sends it over on the near side board. Now Strand. Strand brings it into the middle. Over the near side board. Tries to drop it off for Steen. Neither one of them were really paying attention to it. Marty was there to send it back down into the corner. 1 minute left in the period. Near side corner. Tribon centers it up. Nobody home. Spuds come away with it. Flipped out to center. Hendrickson. Swenson hard and fast. Far side. She picks it up. She gets tripped in the act of shooting. It's touched up near side. I doubt we're going to see a penalty shot, but we're going to see a power play for sure. Ava Ellens, number 11, headed to the box for the trip. Face-off will be near side. Curtis and Shirley. Near side wall, Retzer. Down into the corner. Pocket back behind, out front, Shirley shot. Turned away, Mogren. Picked up far side, Batty. Out to Curtis at center. She can't get a stick on it. Retzer, Curtis. Curtis finally comes away with it as they break into the Moorhead zone. Oaks. Curtis ends up with it, tries to drive it in. Shirley is there to strip it. Shirley off the boards ahead. That one got called back on icing. I'm not entirely sure how, but we're going to have 9.8 seconds left in the second period and a minute and a half left on the power play. Face-off near side now will be 16 and 16. Cutter and Curtis. Cutter's going to win the draw. She'll drop it over to Oaks near side. Oaks ahead to Lee. Lee kicks it out through center. That one's going to get called back on icing as well. 2.3 seconds. Face-off will come back down into the Moorhead zone on the near side. Curtis and Steen this time with 2.3 seconds remaining in the period. Over into the near side corner. Oaks is just going to hold it up against the wall. That's how we'll wrap up this second period of play. After two, your Moorhead Spuds are leading 4-0. They'll come back to start the third with a minute left, with a minute 19 left on their power play. And they didn't shovel between first and second, so they're going to shovel now. So we'll be back in roughly 10 minutes. You're watching Moorhead Spuds 15U Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. Welcome back to the Moorhead Sports Center, Moorhead, Minnesota. We are here to start the third. After 2 periods of play, your Moorhead Spuds are currently leading the Elk River Elks 4-0. Spuds will start the third on the power play. Have a minute 19 left on the Elk River penalty kill. Face off at center between Curtis and Shirley. Shirley wins the draw, drops it back to Hendrickson near side, ahead to Hockett along the wall. Hockett flips it up into the air. Shirley is going to end up being able to smack it loose. Hockett can't get a stick on it. Curtis pulls the three and out to center. Curtis now 1-on-3 down into the Spud zone. She'll have it knocked off her stick. Will end up on the back wall. Hockett now near side. Sends it back out to center. Picked up Beatty and dumped back down into the Moorhead zone. Or not Beatty, Roth. Right at the blue line, turned the other direction by the Spuds. Hendrickson near side. Up to Shirley at the blue line. She'll send it behind the net to Ness. Ness looks to center it up. Nobody home. Comes all the way up to Johnson to the point. Johnson shot in the goal! Start of the third, start of the second, start of the first, under 1 minute. Nope, they're here. Well, what do we got? What do we got? Nope. Yep. Okay. Q was telling me it was in the crease, so no goal. So scratch the 5-0 and put it back to a 4. Face off out at neutral ice. Hockett near side now. Tries to center it up to Shirley. Beatty. Hendrickson is there to knock it free. Far side Johnson now. About halfway down the wall, dumps it back in behind the net. Out front, Hockett couldn't get a stick on it. It comes all the way over on the near side board. Thrown out to center, Beatty. Right back in. Now carried out near side. Roth. Roth down into the near side corner, tries to center it up. It's going to end up with Hillier at the point. Her shot is blocked by Ness. Ness out to center. Ness near side. Now can't really get a good handle on it. It'll be with Hockett now down into the corner. Kick back behind the net. Side angle will end up on the side of the cage and get covered up by Mogren. And we'll have the stoppage in play. Face-off goes to the far side, glove side, or stick side. Between 16 and 16, Cutter and Curtis kicked right out to center. Oaks is going to have to go pick it up. Oaks over to Retzer. Retzer tried to bump it ahead. Marty was there to get a handle on it. She sent it back into the zone, and the Elks ended up offside. Face off just outside the Moorhead zone on the near side, 16 and 16, Cutter and Curtis. Down into the back, on the way to the back wall. Retzer sends it around to the far side. Brunel. Tibitowski sent back down into Brunel in the corner. She gets pinned up against the back wall. Puck comes free. Cutter comes away with it. She has it stolen away, Marty. Elks try to turn it out front. Tibitowski tries to clear, was held in far side. Triben. Centering pass, turned away by the Spuds. It'll end up over with Triben, far side. Her slap shot is blocked by Tibitowski. Puck floats free and up to the blue line. Shot, redirect, not there. It comes down into the near side corner. Retzer now. Lee near side. Cutter tries to clear. Taken all the way over onto the far side wall. Down to Oaks in the corner now. Oaks flips it up and off the wall. Spuds can't clear. Oaks ends up with the top of the slot. She's able to get a hand, or Lee ended up with it. She'll send it the length of the ice. Spuds would be able to get the change, but they're also going to get the icing. Faceoff comes back down into the Moorhead end on the far side, glove side of Andel. Steen and Tribon to square up. Back down into the Elks zone. Stolen away right as they entered. Flip back out to center. Right before Fredenberg could break into the zone. It was stolen away by the Spuds. Carried behind the Elk River net. Set up the far side wall out at center. Johnson is there to get a hold of it. Strand now over to Swenson. Swenson near side. Swenson centers it up to Steen. Steen couldn't hold on to it. It ends up back behind the net. Centering pass turned away Mogren. Far side, Roth picks it up, slings it around on the near side boards. Retzer sends it back in behind the net. Steen and Tribon both go for it back behind the net. It'll be held far side Ness. Ness brings it in, takes a shot. Rebound loose, Ness shot. Knocked over to the far side wall, Mogren. And we're now going to have a penalty on Hockett. The face-off back down in the Moorhead zone. So that'll put the Elk River Elks on the power play. Face-off will come down into the Moorhead zone. Hockett, I believe, was called for boarding. And then Elk River honestly could have got called for boarding as well, for boarding Hockett. Face-off, won by the Spuds, sent over on the near side wall. Shirley tries to clear, puck gets kicked back behind the net. Elks look to center it up, far side shot. Goes high and over the net and into the near side corner. Marty now, near side up to Roth at the blue line. Roth, near side blue line. Brings it down, carries it in the corner, drops it off for Marty. She can't control. It's going to get pushed out through center and all the way down into the Elks zone. That one will get called back on icing. 12:03, third period. Spuds lead 4-0. Have a minute 28 left on their penalty kill. Face-off near side, Curtis and Shirley. Curtis wins the draw. Or Shirley wins the draw, sends it in the near side corner. Taking it around back behind the net, wraparound shot, covered up Andel. Andel gets the save. We'll have the face-off far side with a minute 20 left on the Moorhead penalty kill. Face-off gets sent down into the far side corner. Shot goes high over the net and into the near side corner. Up to Roth at the blue line. Coming back down deep, centering pass, intercepted Ness. Ness tries to carry it out. It's stolen away by Roth. Roth will have it knocked off her stick. Hendrickson, and it'll end up back behind the net. Marty now, shot. Shot on the goal, power play goal, 11:25. 50 seconds to go on the Hockett penalty kill. So at 11:25, third period, Elks are on the board. They finally broke the ice. 4-1 Elks, 4-1 Moorhead. Face-off is controlled by the Spuds. Retzer tries to send it ahead to Lee. It's intercepted by Hillier, bounce back to Oakes. Oakes, cutter. Down in near side. Stolen away by the Elks, turned back out to center. Oakes has it far side. Dumps it in from the red line. It'll come all the way around on the near side boards. Picked up by the Elks. Out through center we go, Beatty. Beatty near side has it knocked free by Isabel Oakes. Goes all the way down into the near side corner. Spuds looking clear, held in Beatty. Centering pass, shot, save, handle. It's a huge backdoor opening. And Ando was able to get slid across and get the glove save. We'll have 10:36 left in the period. Face-off near side, Hillier shot. Redirects Swenson over onto the far side wall. Strand now. Puck bounced loose. Cleared out to center. Hendrickson. That one's going to go the length of the ice. That one will get called back on icing. Face-off will come back to the far side of the Moorhead zone. Steen and Curtis. Elks control. Bounced out to center. They couldn't hang on to it inside the zone. Swenson near side now. Chases all the way down into the corner with Triben. Puck gets sent all the way to the far side up to Johnson. Strand now. Has it stripped in the corner, Curtis. Curtis brings it around onto the near side boards. She tries to carry it out. Steen is there to knock it free, but it's going to slide out to center. Spuds will have to reset. Curtis controls at center. Curtis drives the zone into the slot, has it knocked off her stick. Johnson and Curtis both end up back behind the net. Puck ends up against the back wall. Curtis and Johnson both fight for it. Curtis, side angle shot, goes through the crease, over onto the far side. Strand can't quite get there. It was sent back down deep from the far side of the point. Shot. Marty, wide of the net, up to Roth. Near side Marty, shot. Puck loose, will get steered back behind the net. Spuds throw it off the wall on the far side. He's going to bounce out to center. Swenson is able to run it down. Strand tried to get a handle on it. It's going to be controlled far side now by the Spuds. Dumped in, Strand. Shirley chases after it back behind the net. Strand, and I believe it's Roth, both collide back behind the net. Centering pass turned away by the Elks. Hockett back behind the net, up to Ness on the far side, now to Oakes. Oakes trying to send it back down low. It's going to be cleared out to center, up to Ellens. Stolen away at the half line, the corner. Hockett gets tripped, puck comes loose. Hillier, far side shot. Rebound loose. Roth will take it behind her own net. Roth tries to clear it out. Retzer is there to hold it. Shirley can't get a shot away. Hockett with it now. Hockett in the slot. Shot. Puck ends up back behind the net. Over on the far side wall now, McMillan. McMillan is able to clear it out to center. Johnson bumps it from the half, or from center ice right back in. Spuds end up offside. 7:53 to go here in this game. 4-1 Moorhead lead. Face off just outside the Elks zone on the near side. Spuds control. Hendrickson across to Johnson. Johnson dumps it in far side. It's going to go all the way into the corner where it'll be handled by Triben. Flipped up into the air. Lee with it. Tries for the shot. Goes wide into the near side corner. Marty now back behind her own net. Brings it out front. Steers around one. Steers around two. Can't steer around the three. Puck comes loose and onto the far side wall at center ice. Johnson with it now just inside of her own zone. Can't get a handle on it. It's going to come over to Hendrickson near side. Flipped up into the air out to center. Curtis with it now to her side of the red line. Hendrickson tries to send it ahead. Johnson now brings it over to the near side. Lee Curtis. Lee is able to push it in. Tibitowski isn't able to hold it. We're right back out to center. Johnson now. Retzer tries to carry it in. She's able to push it in. It'll end up going all the way down into the far side corner. Steen, and I believe Tribun collide, or not Tribun, but Roth. Tribun. Tribun is 10. I was thinking she was 11. From half ice, dumped all the way into the near side corner. Tribun and Roth collide behind, or Tribun and Steen. Steen with it now, back behind the net, looks for the wraparound, puts it off the side of the cage. Gets her own rebound, carries it back behind. Tries again on the near side. It'll end up bouncing off the cage and up to Beatty. Beatty has it knocked off her stick along the wall. Retzer, Roth with it now near side. Roth is able to kick it out to center. It's going to float all the way down into the Moorhead end. Oaks will pick it up. Oaks off the far side wall to Strand. Strand. Ellens. Strand. Oaks down into the Moorhead end. Johnson off the far side boards. Strand can't get a handle on it. Back down to Oaks. Oaks out to Hockett at center. Hockett and Roth. Roth turns it back towards Spud territory. Johnson off the wall back to center. Hockett to Shirley. Hockett dumps it in near side corner. Tribon and Ness give chase. Ness tries to set it up. It actually went off the side of Mogren. Hockett with it now near side. Tries to center it up. That one's going to get blocked by Marty. Hockett now from the slot over to Shirley. Shirley shot! Rebound! Ness picks it up, carries it around, tries for the wraparound. Hockett now into the slot. Ness can't get the shot off. Up to Hendrickson. Hendrickson backhand. Turned away in traffic out front. Hockett can't get the lift. It'll end up back behind the net. Up and off the netting. That one's going to go out of play. We'll be down to 4 minutes, 36 seconds left here in the game. Face off, glove side. Will be controlled by the Elks. They look to clear. Carried out to center, Ellens. Ellens near side all the way down in the Moorhead zone. She takes a shot through the crease and into the far side corner. Spuds send it right back out the other direction. Tibitowski and Hillner both chase, but neither one of them can get to it before it crosses the goal line. So that one will get called back down into Moorhead territory on icing. Face off far side, Ava Ellens, Maddie Cutter. Elks control, up to the shot, save, Andel. Round on the near side now. Brought to the top of the slot, shot, save, Andel. Picked up once again by Barty. Another shot from the far side. Spuds are ended up going to the box now, putting the Elk River Elks on the power play once again. Looks like Cutter is going to be the guilty party this time for the hook. Just under 4 minutes, one tick under 4. Well, Cutter, Steen, Strand, both give chase. It's going to be Hillier that's going to get to it first. She's got Strand in her back pocket. Strand drives it down into the corner. Puck is going to end up getting pushed out to center. Retzer now near side, flips it back down into the zone. Picked up not Ellens. Tribon. Tribon crosses the center line, dumps it in. Oaks tries to gather it up behind her own net. She'll fight with Brunel. But Curtis steps in to help. Curtis up to Hillier. Hillier shot, blocked in traffic, rebound. I didn't see an arm and I didn't hear a whistle, but everybody's indicating that Elk River scored. So that's what we're going to go with. 4-2 Moorhead lead now. Face off at center, Shirley and Tribon. Shirley and Ellens. Spuds control, far side. Ness flips it in, down into the corner. Handle there, Ellens. Ellens brings it around onto the near side wall. Hendrickson steps up, breaks it loose. It'll be cleared out to center. Spuds have to reset. Johnson now to Ness. Ness can't get a stick on it. Hockett shot, blocked in traffic, redirected up over the net and back behind. Up to Hendrickson. Knocked down in traffic. Shirley shot, redirected over onto the far side boards. Pretty sure that was done by the Spuds. Up and off the boards, now back into the Moorhead zone. McMillan. Johnson with it in the far side corner, ahead to Ness. Held into the blue line, and then kicked out from the point. Far side now, McMillan. McMillan shot, save, Andel. Over onto the near side corner. Marty Hendrickson. Shot, off, save, Andel. 2 minutes exactly left in this game. 4-2 Moorhead lead. Face-off goes to the gloves, or the club side, blocker side of Addie Andel. Curtis and Shirley to match up this time. Roth, blue line, cross ice, intercepted by the Spuds, kicked out Hockett. Shirley is going to run that one, almost run that one down. That one's going to get called back on icing. Minute 49 left. Empty net now for the Elk River Elks. Face-off comes back down at the Moorhead end on the near side. Hockett and Curtis. Hockett wins the draw over to Oakes in the corner. Oakes sends it around far side, Ness. Ness tries to clear it out. It was held into the blue line, Tribon. Elk River controls back behind the Moorhead net. They're looking to set it up. Far or near side now, Brunel. Brunel brings it around back behind. She can't get the shot away. Ends up with Tribon far side. Hockett now out to center. Hockett shot well wide of the net, back behind. It'll be controlled by the Elks now. Curtis and Retzer fight for it at the Elks River blue line. Marty far side now. Has it knocked loose. Shirley comes away with it. Shirley looks for the shot, takes for the shot. Blocked by Tribon out at center. We'll have 1 minute left in this game. Curtis now, far side, knocked free. Hockett. Ness looks for the shot, takes the shot, got the empty netter. 5-2 Moorhead's lead with 53.1 seconds left. .1 seconds. Mogren returns to her net. Spuds lead 5-2. Ellens and Cutter. Spuds control. Near side, Hendrickson. Hendrickson carries it all the way down into the corner. She's going to get pinched up. Puck will come loose. Ellens now with it back behind her own net. Head far side out to center. Offside Spuds with 34.1 seconds left. Face off far side, just outside the Moorhead defensive zone. Bounced in far side, down into the corner. Hendrickson now. Hendrickson sends it around to Oakes or Lee on the near side. Lee out to Tibitowski at center. Stolen away by the Elks. Dumped in near side, Hilliard. Off the back wall, Hendrickson now. Up to Tibitowski. Tibitowski can't get a handle on it. Lee now. 7 seconds. Lee can't clear it. It was held in far side, Tribon. 2-1. And that's how we're going to wrap this one up. Spuds are on a 2-game winning streak. 5-2 will be your final, and that's how we're going to wrap up this weekend. We will be back in action next Friday. If I remember correctly, game is at 5:15 on Friday night against Fargo. And then a 2-game road trip to Bismarck on Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to wrap this one up from the Moorhead Sports Center, Moorhead, Minnesota. For my camera operator, Mike Hansen, I'm Seth. Thanks for watching. You've been watching 15U Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. See you next weekend.